Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. I won't be doing a song from scratch today. It takes too much time and creative effort to do that every single week. So today I'm gonna share the 5 most important things I think that I've taken away from music production during my 12 years of producing that actually made me a better producer. If you end up enjoying this video, please leave a like and a comment. It really helps me out, and subscribe if you're new. I have been producing for 12 years. Holy crap. I started when I was like 11, 12, and I'm turning 24 this year in a few months. Anyways, the first thing is to use good sounds. In fact, use great sounds. When I started out, I was using the FL stock sounds, and back then it was not very great. Today, FL Studio actually has a lot of samples that you can use, and a lot of great plugins as well, depending on what version of FL Studio you have, or if you're in Ableton. I don't know how that works, or Logic or anything like that. But you don't even have to use stock plugins anymore, or stock samples, because there are so many free resources. Like Vital is probably the only synth that you need, and it's 100% free. People ask me all the time, yo, do I need to have the paid version of Vital to use your Vital SOUNDBANKS? It's like, no, I have the free version of Vital. Good sounds can really make such a huge difference from the get-go. Like, if you use really good samples, really good presets, that's gonna take you a super long way. I used to download all of the Vengeance sample packs from Pirate Bay, like so many others did, like Vengeance, Essential, Club Sounds, and stuff like that. Oh, but after using that for a couple of years, I purchased one of Ultrasonic's packs and presets or whatever, and I remember it just opened up a whole new world for me, just to have new sounds, you know, that were a little bit more up to date. It just enabled me to really bump up my my production skills. So that's my tip number 1: use good sounds. So if you want to have some good sounds, you can check out mhamusic.com. Yeah, I mean. Or you have Splice. Splice is kind of it's hard to find stuff, but it's great. I just don't end up using my credits, but that's me. Soundle, obviously, I'm a huge endorser of Soundle. Those packs are amazing, and they're really high quality. So maybe check out MHA Music, link description, Soundle, link it in the description. Number 2, finish your songs. I know I have a lot to learn from this step, but I just have so much to do that I don't have time to prioritize finishing any songs. Set aside some time, if you can manage, to actually finish your songs, because creating an idea, like a drop or just a break or a melody with some piano under it or something, that's something completely different from actually finishing a track. Starting to finish your tracks will enable you to learn different skill sets. You're gonna get another feel for mixing and mastering and those kind of things. And upload them. Upload them to SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever. Just get them out there, because I promise you will be happy in the future that you actually have them somewhere, so you can go back and listen to them, and they're gonna rack up a couple thousand streams over the years. I promise. It's so much fun. You never know which one is gonna pop off all of a sudden. I have so many tracks on SoundCloud that have like 50,000 streams up to like 300,000 streams that I just uploaded and didn't think any of it. The same thing can happen on Spotify, even if you don't promote it or anything. But just finish your tracks and get them out there. It's gonna help you, I promise. Number 3.
3 Gläser.
If you know the movie, let me know in the comments. Remake songs. If you have a favorite genre or a favorite artist, or just some songs that you really like, try to remake them. And this is a big one, guys. I have made a lot of remakes over the years, and the reason why I think it's important is because you are comparing your version of the track continuously while you're making it to the track that's already out there, published, that has millions of streams maybe. So you get a direct comparison between yourself and the level where you want to be. Right? Does that make sense? In addition to that, it sets your mind up for a different way of thinking. Because when you're remaking a track, you're gonna be like, okay, so the bass sounds a little bit like this, it sounds a little bit like that. What could that be? What kind of sound would that be? I don't make a ton of those videos, but if you want good sound design videos, I would recommend the Kling Music here on YouTube. He's very good at explaining sort of sound design when it comes to remakes and stuff like that. But yeah, so remaking songs kind of goes down into so many steps and so many different skills. It's sound design, it's mixing and mastering, it's like that. You develop sort of a sixth sense for recreating the feel of the track. It's so hard to explain, but just, I promise you, if you start doing that, you're gonna learn so much. You don't even have to do any sound design. You can just browse presets or whatever and see like, that sounds kind of similar. Maybe I'll layer it with something that has a little bit more punchiness in the beginning of the sound. And all of a sudden you start to like build the sound from simple presets instead of making it inside the synth from scratch. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to be creative, so you unlock a different part of your brain, if that makes sense. And it's just gonna lead to you getting better. It definitely made me a lot better at producing. I have so many remakes on this channel if you want to check those out. Number 4 is make different kinds of music. Now this maybe doesn't apply to everyone, but I think it's still important to at least listen to different kinds of music, because it's really easy to get stuck in one kind of genre. And if you enjoy that and if you love that and it works for you, then that's great. But at least for me, in my experience, I realized that I have to listen to different kinds of music. I have to make different kinds of music. It helps you have an open mind. Like there were a couple of years, I only made future house. I only listened to future house. I used the same sounds all over again, just different melodies, different chords, stuff like that. And it just, instead of getting better, you just sort of flatline, and then progressively you just get worse. And I also come from a background of listening to so many different genres. Metal, 70s and 80s music, 90s pop, R&B, hip-hop, EDM, all different kinds of EDM, jazz, freaking blues, and all these different kinds of music influence you, right? So it just changes the way you think. It's all about having a creative mind at the end of the day. So I definitely suggest making different kinds of music and also just listening to different kinds of music. And honestly as well, do other creative things as well. If you're a creative person, maybe drawing or building stuff, or I don't know, 3D modeling. It can be anything. Sometimes you just need a break from doing music, because that's also going to help you get a new perspective on things and things like that. Very simple. Number 5, perhaps the biggest thing, keep learning. Because when you stop learning, when you stop trying to improve, you're gonna stagnate. It's just a matter of fact. You have to always keep learning, and it takes different amounts of time for different people. I've seen 13-year-olds sending me their music, and it sounds like they've been producing for 20 years. And I've seen 25-year-olds that have been producing for 5 years, and it sounds like they just gotten started. It's different for everyone, but it doesn't mean that one person is better than the other. People just take different time to learn new things. And for the guy that's been producing for 5 years, but it sounds like he just started, maybe 1 week or one event that happens to him or one trick that he stumbles upon will make his music from being here to like get this huge jump. I don't know. So just keep learning. I think that's also one of the most important things. So use good sounds. Finish your songs, remake songs that you like, make different kinds of music, listen to different kinds of music, do other creative things, and keep learning. And then you just go back to number 1, find some new sounds, and then you finish your songs with those new samples, with that newfound inspiration, etc, etc. It just goes in a loop, in a learning loop, if you will. MHA's learning loop, patent pending. But yeah, that's the 5 things that 12 years of producing has taught me. And I hope you found this video useful. A bit different from what I usually make, a lot of talking. This is gonna be a pain to edit. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Leave a comment with your own tips as well, by the way. Maybe things that I've missed. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.